So let's get into the day you got drafted. Again, we teased it. You're the number 2 overall pick. You knew as a freshman in high school, this is real. This is something I want to do. This is what I want to go through. I'm always fascinated by people when they achieve the goal, whatever it is that they're after, their whole life, whatever it is they're going for, when they achieve that goal. I'm always fascinated by what that feels like. So for you, did it live up to your expectations? Did you play it up more than what it actually felt like? What was that day like when you got that call?
Yeah, so it's started out just I woke up, it was a normal morning, and then it's kind of started to set in, just knowing like, oh, the TV was on, MLB Network was playing, like they're showing like the whatever it was, like the clips of in the past, and just watching those kids and just how happy they were just to hear their name called. And I was like, oh, today's the day that I might hopefully hear my name called. And so just with my dad and my other agent, those are my agents that were there just kind of doing all their stuff. And I didn't really know where I was going to go because it was kind of, there was publications and all that stuff coming out. Oh, I could be going 1, 2, 3, 4, who knows? And
Sorry, not to pause you, but what is that like? How much feedback do you get? Because they give grades in football. You know, hey, we think you're a first round pick. Is it the same thing in baseball?
Yeah,
they give you an idea.
They have their mock drafts. They have everything. They have the analysts on it and everything. So, but throughout that day, I didn't. It was still unknown whether I was going to be didn't know what team, and so I literally knew. Maybe right after the first pick, the player was taken. Adley Rushman was taken 1 by the Orioles. Right after his name was called, I get a call from the scouting director of the Kansas City Royals, and that's the moment whenever it just kind of like hit me. Just my phone was on the table, and just seeing it like light up, vibrate. I was like, wow, this is like in the movies. And so I answered it, and he's like, "You ready to be a Royal?" And I was like, "Yes, let's go." And then hung up, and then that was the first time like I really had like tears of joy in my eyes, and that's for it. Like it hit me there, and so at that moment, that's when I was like, "Wow, I've never had that feeling before."
Who'd you have in the room? Your family, your immediate family? Did you have anyone else in the room?
Yeah, so I had all family, sisters, everyone, and then my whole high school team was there because we were still in the playoffs, and a lot of guys like summer coaches were there, and a bunch of just family friends, and just everyone that was supporting me throughout the journey. I feel like should be there because they're all a part of it. And so, and got the call, did that, and then just I had a little earpiece in, so I heard my name get called before, and then it happened on the TV. And it was just my family around me just giving me hugs. Cool. I wish I could relive that moment, but it was so I can relive it anytime I want to. I feel like it's just instilled in my brain, and just it's incredible.
Yeah,
so, go ahead.
I was just say baseball is unique, and again, I'm just speaking from an outside, but baseball is unique in the fact that the draft, they call it signability, right? Where, you know, a kid may be super talented, but he doesn't go in the first round because they're not sure, you know, maybe he's going to cost too much, or the slot, you know, you're given a certain number for each slot, you know, that's drafted. And so it's an interesting draft because the best player is not necessarily the one that goes top of the draft. So from that perspective, was there any doubt at all? Like, you knew talent-wise you should have been one of the top picks, but was there any doubt at all as far as, well, maybe I will slip or slide just because of, you know, I have all this leverage, either go to college or go play pro ball?
Yeah, there was always some things like, oh, maybe I might go here or there, but I really knew that there was always like other options like throughout the draft that I knew that there may be, oh, this could happen or whatever. But I knew that I never really had the thought of, the thought was there of going to college, but I look at it as like, what do you want? If you want to go to college to be a doctor, you go to college to be a doctor, and I want to be a baseball player. So that starts with the minor leagues. And so
that's
a good way to look at it.
I put that, and I knew that this is what I wanted to do. I wanted to play baseball, and then financially it worked out perfectly and everything, and so it was just everything fell into place. So I never really looked at the bad in it.
Did you have a round that if I don't get drafted by this round, I am going to go to school? Was there any thought like that, or was it like no matter where I go, I'm going to play?
Yeah, I never, just with the stuff that came out, I just kind of had an idea that I was probably going to get drafted. So I never really thought of anything else.
Did you have to designate that? Did you have to tell coach? I mean, did they ever ask you, the scouts ask you, hey, are you contemplating going back to college? So you just let them know?
I would always throw it in there. Like, it was a dream of mine to go to play Oklahoma. That's where my parents went. It's where 2 of my sisters went. I just love grew up Oklahoma football fan, Oklahoma fan. And so that they knew that. So that's kind of like a little leverage, but they also knew, like, I told them whenever they came in for like your in-home visits and everything, like, I want to play baseball. That's my goal in life. And so they knew that, but then they also knew I wouldn't be ashamed of going to play baseball at the University of Oklahoma. Like that's also, these are both my dreams. I got a win-win scenario right here. Right. And so you kind of got to do that with some leverage to have against whenever teams are big.
It's such an interesting mind game.
It is. Okay, so you get drafted, and you're still in your baseball team's still in the playoffs, right? So how many more games do you have left in the playoffs? Two or three more games left?
We had the state tournament. So
You're playing high school and you're the number 2 overall. Wow. Yeah, go ahead.
Dude, you couldn't tell me nothing.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
My ego would have been all the
way. Dude, you hit a bomb. I'm just holding up the number 2 as I run around the bases.
But okay, so that happens. You go and you finish out your high school. So how'd you guys end up doing that year?
We won state.
I
think that
that's cool.
That was actually like getting drafted off also was my goal, but we fell short the last 3 years in my high school, and that's what I always wanted to do, is win a state championship, and our high school's never done that. I think they did that once in soccer back in 2000, so that was a goal of mine. I think with having that goal in mind, it helped me push away all the other noise, the draft noise, all that noise, because I wanted to help the team win.
Right.
And that's what I think is the best thing for kids nowadays. They are always worried about all this publication, all this, that, but the team game isn't in there whenever it comes to like select ball, high school ball. But I think whenever you have that, you also play your best as well, because whenever you're playing for the team, you're playing for yourself, you're playing for this guy, and so that's whenever it makes you your best, because you're playing the game the right way, and that's why I kind of put it, and it helped me kind of shoot off.
Can I bottle up your mentality? I've got a 5-year-old son. I'm gonna give it to him when I get home. That's amazing, man. That you're the number, like, you're the guy. I just got drafted. I reached my goal, and yet all I'm thinking about is my teammates and winning the state champ. That is so cool, man. That is such a cool deal.